Hello, how are we? Welcome back to the channel, Up the Reds TV with me. So it's been a while, hasn't it, since I've done a video. I think it was about 4 weeks ago. So let's get on to with this one. Obviously, the talk is going to be about our transfers and some of the little bits and bats that have happened since we became champions. And yeah, so let's go. So, name of this video is Liverpool are not rebuilding; they are reloading for next season, and that's certainly the case. I mean, who would have predicted the signings that we have bought in? Absolutely unbelievable business by Richard Hughes with the help of Michael Edwards and the other staff in the background that do all the sort of like checking out everything about the players, their backgrounds, obviously the stats and everything. So yeah, am I happy with the transfer window? Too right I am, and I think us Reds should be as well because it's a cracking window. I believe it's not going to be finished. Looks like we could be bringing in a centre half because of what's going to happen with Jarell Kwanzaa. Hopefully, he will sort out his move to Leverkusen, and what a good bit of business that is, bringing in 30 plus million for him, an academy product. Obviously, Canate is stalling on his contract, but we've been there before, haven't we? About players in the last year of the contract, and they look like they want to go elsewhere and just start playing the game. If I'm honest with you, if it's up to me, I would sell Canate now, getting 30, 40 million for him, offer him to PSG, because if the rumours are true, that he's turned down the latest contract and he'll want to have a look at playing elsewhere at the end of the season. We need players who are going to give us 110% next season, and get us more trophies, basically. So yeah, let's talk about Mark Gay from Crystal Palace. Not so sure how true that is down the line. There's been no bids made by Liverpool, as far as I'm aware of, anyway. And if there is, I think he'd be a good acquisition to come in. He'd probably fill the homegrown quota as well for us. He's had a very good season last season with Crystal Palace, and obviously he's an FA Cup winner. He captains the team, and he's also in his last year of the contract. So yeah, interesting that he's not signed a renewal. So it'll be a good acquisition for us. He's young, and just talking about young, Kirkes, 22 years old, Jeremy Frimpong, 22, Florian Wirtz, 22. We've just got abundance of young talent that we've brought in, and obviously everybody's talking about Florian Wirtz, but to me, I'm happy that we've got Milos Kerkez in, because that was an area of concern last season for us in the left back berth. Yes, Robbo had a bit of an indifferent season. Tsimikas is Tsimikas. You know what tune you're going to get out of him. But we really needed somebody to come in and make that position their own. And I think Milas Kerkez will do that. I think he will be first choice. I don't think it'll be Robbo if Robbo's hanging around. So 3-1 doesn't go. So we'll have to offload either Robbo or Simicast. So Robbo said he's still got loads more to give. But I also understand he might have less game time next season with the way how Arne Slot works. Jeremy Frimpong, I just think he's great acquisition. I've enjoyed watching the signing days. He's a confident lad, and he'll settle in really well and quickly as well. Obviously, everybody's cock-a-hoop about Florian Wirtz. Probably the best young player in midfield, or one of the best ones. And he decided to come to us and not go to Bayern Munich or maybe Real Madrid when they were sniffing about. And and that's all down to Arne Slot. Having a conversation with him to, I hate the word project because it's not, give him the heads up of what he wants from him, where he's going to play, what he's going to bring to an Arne Slot team. And he didn't take him long to make up his mind. It was just a waiting game with the two clubs to agree a fee. Yes, it's 100 million up front, and then possible 16 million add-ons as well. And he signed a 5-year deal, just like Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong. So we've got them tied down for a long time, and that has got to be really exciting for us. On the striker front, I personally believe there'll be a striker coming in. I don't want to get into the conversation about Alexander Isak, or Isaac as he's pronounced, from Newcastle. It's all speculative journos and YouTubers that are bringing it up on the back of what has been touted, that he would be interested. Let's just leave it on the back burner. There's a few strikers out there that are available, and I'm sure Liverpool are doing their due diligence on the ones that they want to try and get through the door. If it could be done, would I want Alexander Isak? Yeah, I probably would, because of his goal scoring record in the last 2 years, and his assists as well. But he's also a bit injury prone as well. So, swings and roundabout with if we did get him in, I believe would be odds-on favourites to hold on to the Premier League. So we've so far spent 170 million this season. We did get Marbadashvili last year for 29 million. So, and then we sent him back on loan to the club that we bought him from. So we bought a young goalkeeper, Armin Perchi, or Perchi as he's pronounced. I think we paid 1.5 million, 2 million from the Hungarian team that he was playing for. So yeah, he's that's another one on our books. Just talking about goalkeepers, this is going out. Yaros has signed an improved contract with Liverpool, and he's gone out to Ajax. So he's gone to join them on a season-long loan. I'm hoping he's going to get some game time in there. So obviously Arne Slot's lost his one of his coaches who's gone out to manage them there. Possible outgoings. Alexander Arnold's gone. Enough said about him. Kelleher. He's gone to Brighton, and yet Brighton's manager's left. Sorry, Brentford, not Brighton. And Brentford's manager's left to go and manage Tottenham Hotspur. So that'll be interesting to see what their new gaffer thinks of Kelleher. So other possible, like I said, goings out, Jarell Kwanzaa to Leverkusen. I believe Elliott will go, Diaz, Nunes, Gomez. Let's talk about Gakpo, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens, because we've done in some really good spending at the moment. We now probably need to offload a few and bring back some of the outlay that we've laid in. Talking about Elliott, on the socials, people said that we should keep him, but you've only got to go on what happened last season. He hardly got any game time. I'm not sure he's an Arnie Slot type of a player, but he's done what he needed to do when he came on the few games last season. But for me, he's probably played his last game for Liverpool. There are suitors out there, Brighton, Aston Villa, and also Fulham are monitoring the situation as well with him. So, if we get 40, 50 million for him, that'll be a good return for us for him. Diaz, there's talk about him going to Barcelona, but Nico Williams, there's something's happened. He was on the verge of going to Barcelona, but something's cropped up, but I don't know what that is. So I don't know if Barcelona will come back for Diaz. Personally, that would be another good move for him. I don't think Liverpool are offering him a new deal. He's got 2 years to go. So, that's an interesting one. Darwin Núñez, it's probably nearly done for him to go to Napoli. Obviously, the Saudi teams would give us more money for him, but he probably doesn't have an inkling of going over to there. Napoli sounds a bit of a better deal for him. And I noticed on socials he'd put out that he's lost his ponytail. He's now gone to a number one in men's hair grooming. So he'd probably do well over in Italy. Conte's the manager, isn't he? He'd get a tune out of him. He'll be all right over there. Joey Gomez, I'm not 100% sure. I've heard that he could be staying for another year. Obviously, he had that injury that kept him out for half the season. So it's interesting times at Liverpool. We are just going about doing our business. Other clubs are struggling to get players in. City have done their business early, and it's great times for us. I mean, we literally have opened the purse strings, since Hughes and Edwards have come back to the club. So all in all, it's looking really good for Liverpool. The players have had a really good rest. I know some of them had international duties back end of the season after the season had finished, but those same players were given time off from March onwards when we wrapped up the Premier League, and they've had some good time. And look, how many days are we off? Let's have a look. Tomorrow's Friday. We're back on the 8th, 8, 9, 10, about 11 days we've got until pre-season. And you know, the best thing about it is the players that we've signed, they will all be there first day of pre-season, hopefully, because they're together 7 days, and then there is the first pre-season game, which is away at Preston. That's literally down the road from me, so I'll be going to that one, and hopefully get to see at first hand the new signings for us. Just want to say that I've been watching Alison Becker, My Story. It's been fantastic insight to our goalkeeper. What a humble person he is. You know, him and his family. It's been a great watch, and I'm not going to lie. You know, big boys do cry. There were tears, especially the story about when he lost his father through COVID. That was a bit of a hard watch, but what a lovely man, and I'm glad he's our goalkeeper for the foreseeable future. Right, okay, that's enough for me on this one. If there's any other news, I will bring you that. There are things that are happening in the academy. Just touch on that before I go. Under 21s coach has left. Under 18s coach has left. Rob Page, you remember the name? Ex-Wales manager. Well, he's 50 years old, and he's become manager of our under 21s. Now, me personally, I think the academy needs a bit of a shake-up, coaching wise. Just my opinion. I think we need sort of like European, more coach orientated. The teams have not basically been doing really well, 18s and 21s. You know, last couple of years. Yes, there's players that have come through the academy and involved with the first team, but I just think you know, there's a bit of a lull. There's nobody that's really outstanding that's coming through the ranks. We seem to go out and buy youngsters with potential, or get them to sign for Liverpool when their contracts have expired with their clubs. But yeah, me personally, I'd like to see a revamp with the academy set up at Liverpool. Just my opinion. You can give me yours. You can send me a comment after you've watched this, and what do you think about that as well. Right, okay, if you like this video, please give me a like, please share it, and please subscribe to the channel if it's the first time that you are watching this, and enjoy the rest of your break. And the boys will be, as I say, the boys will be back in 11 days time, and we might have maybe a couple of more signings in July as well to facilitate the squad. Okay, enjoy the rest of your week. Up the Reds.